Riwruoge 20 kawuono igeno ni biro chwalo dwachgi ne komiti ma twak ewi thek matimore Bomas of Kenya. Kawuono en odiechieng' mogik mag choko parogo. Moko kuom joma chiwo dwachgi gin jood bura 27 madwaro ni mondo onyuan kauntis 11, riwruok kanise madwaro ni mondo otim lokruok ne chik mar omenda ma higani. Ka koro nit wadhi achiel kachiel mondo wawinj ane kaka chenro ma kamano dhi nyime.
Say it is true there are issues at county, and I'm in total agreement with you. I'm only saying if you come up with a law where you're making governors directly accountable to all corruption in the county, then for sure no governor will survive. Because if a cleaner steals, if a director steals, if a nurse steals medicine, if a doctor does something else, then it all boils back to the governor. I think you're also being extremely hard on governors. You also must admit that there's corruption in the county that has nothing to do with the governor. And just like there's corruption in the national government that has nothing to do with a minister or a PS or the president for that matter. So while I can see you extremely unhappy with the corruption at the county level, don't make a blanket condemnation and you want to kill us all because there's corruption at the county. Just do the fair thing. Be just, be fair, and come up with a law that protects and also leaves everybody answerable. Otherwise, you may actually end up with no governor at all. Not because the governors are corrupt, but because the officers have decided, since the governor is the one answerable, let's do this thing, we are safe. So be careful. Be careful.
Answer those questions. Sorry. Honorable Bogeni, 1 minute, please.
Chair, first, I'm happy to see the team from EACC. I confess that I worked with the CEO, then a very junior officer at EACC. He left and then came back as a very senior person at EACC. Okay, as a senior officer. And I also worked with Limo, but I don't think I worked with Karuga. I was not there then. So where you are sitting, Bishop Oginde, I once occupied that seat. And we were pregnant with expectation. We are the ones who fought and midwifed EACC to be entrenched in the Constitution during the enactment of the 2010 Constitution. And the hope of Kenyans was that once you are entrenched in the Constitution, we'll see conviction of the big fish. But it's 12 years now. We don't have any CS who has been convicted, no governor, no high-ranking officer who has been convicted. I've said convicted. You may have charged them in court, but we don't have a conviction as yet. And before I make my question, I agree fully with the concerns of the former Vice President. We had all the good intentions then. When the act was being enacted in 2011, we fought for EACC to be devolved. But the problem, and Chairman, you to ponder, is that your officers are getting cozy with the people they are supposed to investigate at county level. They are actually in bed with the people they are supposed to investigate. We have your officer attached to our watchdog committees. It's a problem. I was sent by EACC then to Serious Fraud Office in the UK. They take only high-level corruption, very few. I went to the Scorpions in South Africa, EFC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Nigeria. They concentrate on high-level corruption. The rest of these cases you can leave to the police. So as you plan on your strategic objectives, maybe consider that you need to rethink that strategy of having your officers at the counties. Now my question is, we want to see quick response to issues of corruption so that there is deterrence. I'll give you an example of an incident I saw in my county of Nyamira, where the governor says he was duped to launch boxes in the pretext that it was medicine. And he made a confession, those were empty boxes. He launched them, he confessed to the media. it's been a month. We have not seen any action from EACC. I mean, how long does it take for EACC to respond to such crime that is so glaring, that is so sensitive? Somebody is colluding to sell oxygen, empty boxes to a county, and there's a confession. So how long do you take in your strategy to quickly respond to some of these corruption issues? The second one, we don't want you to mourn or to write the book of lamentations, because you are now in the Constitution. You are entrenched in the Constitution. You enjoy security of tenure. And we expect you to deal with all these issues of leadership, like the officers you mentioned, high-ranking officers facing murder charges, being appointed into government. What have you done? Why haven't you agitated? Why haven't you come out? We are politicians. We may not talk. We'll be told we are taking sides. But why can't you come out and talk about these things? I saw a CS dishing letters of employment in a funeral. You saw the clip. What have you done as EACC? You saw it. So, Bwana CEO, we support your work. We want corruption to be reduced. You may not eradicate it, but please, can you be in the forefront? Can you do more? Can you fight this vice with more courage? Thank you.
Thank you. I think we'll allow you to respond. Maybe 3 minutes. Yeah, kindly proceed. Try.
Thank you, chairs and members of the committee for those very good observations. Let me start by talking about weaponization of EACC, or the alleged weaponization. In the short time that I've been in the commission, I have been very keen, because from the outside that may be perception, very keen to find out how the commission works. I have met personally with each and every member of staff in the commission, except a few who are in the region. And I'm going around the regions. And I can tell you that sitting in the seat where I'm seated as chair and receiving the reports of the various cases that we have a team of young men and women, and I say young perhaps because I am old, but the majority of our staff are very young men and women of this country who believe in this country. And the work that they are doing is exemplary. So what comes out very clearly is that we do our work in a very objective manner. The cases that we deal with go